Peace, greetings. How are you doing today? Welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate you stopping by, and let's get into today's question. And we shall see if it can be answered. What's today's question, you might ask? All right. Ooh, this one is interesting. What is the rapture? What is the rapture? Let me see. Let's look at the definition of rapture, and I'll tell you where that word originated from. Right? Rapture. A feeling of intense pleasure or joy. It says the expressions of intense pleasure or enthusiasm about something. But now it gave you the second definition. It says North American, according to some millenarian teaching, the transportation of believers to heaven at the second coming of Christ. Right? Rapture, which comes from ancient Latin, haptura, seizing, carrying off, right? So, rapture means something taken, mostly by force, because to seize something, it's not a pleasant thing. It's grabbing by force and being, hold, when you hear the word to seize somebody, it's like an arrest. Remember that. Now, the rapture is basically part of a theory that, according to the definition, the teaching claims that Christ, when he returns on the earth, when he is up in the sky floating, before he can touch the ground, all the quote unquote Christians who are dead and those who are alive will be changed, resurrected, and they will have a new body, and they will ascend and meet him in the air, and then they're going to go back to heaven for 7 years and then come back again. That is the theology. But according to the Bible, right, because they use the reference in the Bible, there's no mention of quote unquote a rapture. It doesn't exist in the Bible. You can find that word anywhere in the Bible, and that theology cannot be supported by the Bible, because the context of the Bible, when it talks about the return of Christ, it talks to him returning to conquer the world like a conqueror, right? And it talks about that when he comes back, there's gonna be a lot of events happening, meaning there's gonna be people are trying to make it into linear events. No, this is the best way to explain it. I'm gonna use an event that someone can be familiar with. Let's give an example. When an atomic bomb falls in a city, what happens, right? Now, we as humans, when you giving a story, right, we have to go linear because that's how we understand. But you have also to understand, just because someone is telling you something in a linear form doesn't mean it's happening just like that. It could be an event that multiple events happening at the same instant, right? Now watch this. When a bomb falls on the ground, right, in that impact, right, what happens? Death, right? Destruction, fire, earthquake, seismic rumblings, what do you call it? Debris flying, the sky clouding, right? Now let me ask you this. Is it happening in a sequence, or are some things happening at the same moment? When you hear the boom, right? Is the explosion happening a few minutes after? No, everything is happening in the same moment, because when a bomb falls and there's an explosion, what happens? If people are in that proximity, what happens? They're dead. But are you gonna say, well, first there was a bomb, then there was death, then there was debris, then there was fire? No, it's happening simultaneously, meaning it's happening at the same moment in time. Now, when people talk about the rapture and they're giving this timeline of events, 7 years, this and that, what they don't understand is those events will be happening at the same time. The same time the king is, I'm giving it to time to the literature of the Bible. So it says, when he returns with the angels and all the saints, those who were dead and alive, they're gonna rise, and when they're gonna go in the air, they're gonna join his army. But they're not going in the air so they can go back to heaven. No, he's coming for good. That's why it's called the second coming. Second means he came first, and this is the second. So if he comes to second, goes back to heaven and returns, is it the second? No, it's the third, right? You know. So, but I don't want to get too deep into the the theology about it. What is it before the seventh? All I'm saying is the rapture is basically a theological argument that when Christ returns, he's gonna seize by force the dead Christians who are gonna be resurrected and get a new spiritual body, meaning they're gonna have a body that cannot die no more, and those who are alive are made immortal, so they won't die, and they're gonna take them up to heaven and go back to heaven with their new body, because a human cannot ascend into heaven. It has to be you have to have a spiritual body, meaning a body that's not physical. It has to be something that's beyond this dimension to enter that dimension. So there you have it, guys. Simple. Hey, I explained to you what is the rapture. I really appreciate it, guys, for stopping by. If you made it this far, congratulations. Please, if you're new to the channel, remember to like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Be safe and have a great weekend, because today is Friday when I'm recording this. Peace and blessings.